The large classroom was filled with students from many different planets. They sat quietly, some chatting in low voices, others looking bored. The teacher stood at the front, speaking about battle tactics used by the Zarkon Empire, a powerful, alien force known across the galaxy. The room was bright and cold, with high windows showing the stars outside. Riley walked in last. She was new to the Galactic Defense Academy. Her uniform was plain, with a small Earth flag patch on her shoulder. Most students had bright colors and strange symbols on their clothes, but hers was simple. She was not tall, but her eyes were sharp and full of focus. She took a seat near the back, quietly watching the others. The teacher, Commander Vrax, noticed her late arrival but said nothing. He continued his lesson, explaining how the Zarkon soldiers used swarm tactics to overwhelm their enemies. The class listened carefully. Some whispered in their alien languages, but no one interrupted. Suddenly, Riley raised her hand. The classroom quieted quickly. She spoke in clear, calm voice. "What's the kill ratio for a single Earth Marine?" The room fell silent, like never before. No one moved. Some students looked confused. Others whispered, wondering if they heard her right. Commander Vrax's eyes narrowed. "Earth Marine? What do you mean?" he asked. Riley sat up straight and repeated, "A single Earth Marine. What is their kill ratio in battle? How many enemies can one Earth Marine defeat alone?" There was a pause. The silence grew heavier. Then Commander Vrax finally spoke. "Earth Marines. They are legends, but their real numbers and power are not well known. The stories come from old wars long before this era. No accurate data is available." "But I want to know," Riley said, "because Earth Marines fought in many battles. They trained hard, used clever tactics, and survived when others could not." A few students from other worlds laughed quietly. One from the planet Zyron, tall and covered in blue scales, said, "Earth? That little planet? Their soldiers are weak. They cannot match the advanced technology or strength of most species here." Riley looked at him calmly and said nothing. Commander Vrax raised his hand for silence. "Enough," he said. "Today we learn about current tactics, not old legends. Focus on the Zarkon Empire's methods." But the mood in the room had changed. Everyone was now curious about Earth Marines. After class, Riley walked through the long hallways of the academy. Posters showed famous battles and great warriors from many species. Some posters had images of giant insect-like warriors. Others showed tall, strong beings with 4 arms. But none showed Earth soldiers. Riley paused in front of a display case. Inside was an old Earth Marine helmet, scratched and worn. A small plaque read, "Earth Marine, 23rd century, known for courage and skill beyond technology." She touched the glass gently and whispered, "We are still here." Later, in the mess hall, students talked about the question Riley asked. Many wondered about Earth's military power. Some said Earth was weak. Others remembered stories told by older cadets about the bravery of Earth Marines. Riley sat alone, eating quietly. A young alien named Kalarn from the planet Vex approached her. Kalarn was small, with green skin and big eyes full of questions. "Why did you ask about Earth?" "Marines?" Kalarn asked softly. Riley smiled a little. "Because people forget what Earth soldiers can do. I want to remind them." Kalarn nodded. "Many here think Earth is behind in technology. They don't know your people's strength." Riley looked up at the stars outside the window. "Earth may be small, but we are fighters. We survive. That matters." The next day in training, Riley showed her skills. She moved quickly and quietly, outmaneuvering larger and stronger cadets. Her tactics were sharp, based on years of hard training on Earth. Some cadets noticed and started to respect her. Others whispered that she was lucky or had special weapons. Commander Vrax watched from the side. He saw something different in Riley. something from the old stories, an unbreakable spirit. After training, he called Riley to his office. The room was simple but filled with data screens showing battle maps and soldier stats. "Riley," he said, "your question yesterday was unusual. Not many ask about Earth Marines. Why?" "Because Earth Marines are still important," she said. "We fight with heart, with skill, not just machines." Commander Vrax nodded slowly. "I will watch you. You may surprise many here." Riley left his office feeling proud, but knowing she had to prove herself even more. That night, Riley looked at a small photo of her family back on Earth. They were proud of her for joining the academy. She whispered to herself, "I will show them." Earth Marines are not just stories. We are real. The academy was full of stars and strangers, but Riley felt ready. She was a Marine from Earth, and soon the galaxy would know her name. The Galactic Defense Academy was a place where many species came to learn how to fight and survive. Every cadet had a story from their own planet, but Earth's story was often whispered like a legend, part truth, part myth. Riley walked through the academy halls, feeling the eyes of other cadets on her. They were curious, some were doubtful, but most wanted to know more about Earth Marines. During the afternoon break, Riley sat with Kalarn, the small green alien who had spoken to her the day before. Kalarn had many questions. "Tell me more about Earth Marines," Kalarn said. "What makes them so special?" Riley smiled. "They are not the biggest or the strongest, but they never give up. Earth Marines fight with their mind and heart. They learn fast and use everything around them." Kalarn looked amazed. "Is that true? I heard they were just simple soldiers." "Not simple," Riley said firmly. "They have a different kind of strength. They can survive when others fail. That's why their kill ratio is high. Many enemies fall to just one Earth Marine." Kalarn shook his head. "I want to see that. Do they still exist?" Riley nodded. "Yes, but Earth keeps many secrets. We train in ways others don't understand. We don't show all our power." Kalarn leaned closer. "How did Earth Marines become so feared?" Riley took a deep breath and began the story. Long ago, Earth was just one small planet, easy to ignore. But Earth faced many dangers: wars with alien invaders, fights over resources, and threats from within. Earth Marines were created to protect humanity. They were trained to be smart, strong, and ready for anything. Other planets had big armies with many weapons, she continued, but Earth Marines had to be clever. They learned to use the land, the shadows, and their own minds. They worked in small teams or alone. They knew how to survive. Kalarn listened carefully, eyes wide. "There was one war," Riley said, "called the Shadow War. Earth Marines fought against a powerful enemy called the Zarkon Raiders. They were known to be brutal and very dangerous. The Raiders had huge armies, but Earth Marines fought them in small groups and made huge damage. One Marine could take down dozens of Raiders in a battle." "Is that true?" Kalarn asked. Amazed. "Yes," Riley said. "The kill ratio was high because Earth Marines used surprise, speed, and smart tactics. They never gave up. They fought to protect their homes and people." At that moment, a loud alarm sounded through the academy. The intercom announced, "All cadets to the training grounds immediately. Combat simulation begins in 1 hour." Riley stood up quickly. "Come on, Kalarn. You'll see why Earth Marines are special." They rushed to the training area where cadets gathered in teams. Large holograms showed a battle zone, a rough, rocky planet surface filled with obstacles and hiding spots. Commander Vrax stood before the cadets. "Today, you will test your skills in a combat simulation. Work with your teams. Use your brains and strength. Survive and defeat the enemy." Riley joined her team, which included Kalarn and 2 other cadets from different planets. The team didn't look very strong, but Riley smiled quietly. She knew teamwork was the key. The simulation began. Loud noises and flashing lights filled the air as holographic enemies appeared. They moved fast and attacked in groups. Riley stayed calm. She ordered her team to spread out and watch each other's backs. She used signals and hand signs, a style she learned on Earth. The other cadets did not expect her tactics. Riley moved quickly behind enemy lines, striking with precision. She used cover, moved in shadows, and disabled many holographic enemies before they could react. Kalarn followed her lead, amazed by Riley's speed and skill. The team worked like a well-oiled machine. "Keep moving," Riley shouted. "Don't get trapped!" One alien cadet tried to surprise Riley from the side, but she turned fast and took him down with a well-aimed strike. The crowd watching the simulation gasped. As the battle went on, Riley's team gained the upper hand. Their kill ratio, the number of enemies defeated compared to their losses, rose quickly. Other teams struggled, lost members, or fell into traps. Commander Vrax watched closely. He saw how Riley led, how she fought smart, and how her team survived and succeeded. He nodded to himself. This was the Earth Marine spirit. The simulation ended. Riley's team won by a large margin. The crowd cheered, some clapping, some whispering about the Earth Marine. After the simulation, Riley's team gathered around, tired but happy. One cadet from the planet Zyron approached Riley. He was still skeptical but respectful now. "You fight well," he said gruffly. "Earth Marines are more than stories." Riley smiled. "Thank you. We fight to protect what matters." Kalarn beamed with pride. "I want to learn more from you." Riley put a hand on Kalarn's shoulder. "You will. Earth Marines don't fight alone. We fight as one." That evening, the Academy held a meeting for all cadets. Commander Vrax spoke about the importance of unity and learning from all species. He ended with, "Today, we saw the strength of Earth Marines. Let us remember that strength comes from courage, skill, and heart, not just machines or numbers." The room filled with applause. Riley looked around, seeing new respect in many faces. Later, Riley returned to her room, thinking about the day. She knew her journey was just beginning. The legend of Earth Marines was alive, and now others could see it too. She whispered to herself, "Earth Marines never give up. We fight to win." Outside, the stars shone brightly. The galaxy was big, full of danger and wonder. But Riley was ready. She would show the galaxy what a single Earth Marine could do. The morning sun filtered through the high windows of the Galactic Defense Academy's training grounds. The large field was set up for the day's big event, the combat simulation tournament. Cadets from many planets gathered, ready to prove their skills. Excitement and tension filled the air. Riley stood among her team, her heart steady but her mind sharp. The team was a mix of species. Kalarn from Vex, a strong alien named Torak from Grenth, and a quiet sharpshooter called Lyra from Tessa, Prime. They had trained together for weeks, learning each other's strengths and weaknesses. The instructor's voice echoed, "This is not just a game. This simulation will test your teamwork, tactics, and survival skills. The team with the highest kill ratio will win. Remember, the kill ratio is how many enemies you defeat compared to your own losses." Riley nodded. The kill ratio was a number she took seriously. It showed who could survive and win in tough battles. And Earth Marines were known for their high kill ratio. One Marine could defeat many enemies without losing. The simulation started. Holographic enemies appeared in the rocky terrain ahead. They moved quickly, some hiding behind rocks, others charging in groups. Riley's team spread out as she ordered. "Kalarn, watch the left flank. Torak, you cover the center. Lyra, take the high ground for sniping. I will move forward and create openings." The team moved like a well-oiled machine. Riley used her training to find weak points in the enemy's formation. She ran fast, ducked behind cover, and struck quickly. Her moves were smooth and precise. Kalarn called out, Enemy spotted on the left! Riley fired a quick shot and then used a smoke grenade to confuse the holographic attackers. Torak charged forward, smashing enemies with his heavy armor. Lyra took perfect shots from above, taking down enemies before they could get close. The crowd watching the simulation gasped as Riley's team advanced, losing almost no members. The kill ratio climbed higher and higher. Suddenly, a group of powerful holographic enemies appeared. They were faster and stronger than the others. Riley did not panic. "Form a circle! Protect each other!" The team moved quickly, back to back. They fought hard. Riley used every trick she knew: feints, quick strikes, and coordinated attacks. The enemy group started to break apart. Riley's team defeated them with skill and teamwork. After the battle, the simulation paused. The scoreboard showed Riley's team had one of the highest kill ratios ever recorded in the Academy. Commander Vrax walked by, nodding to Riley. "Impressive," he said quietly. Riley smiled but knew this was only the beginning. The other teams looked at her differently now. Some whispered, "That Earth Marine is something special." Others were jealous and started planning how to beat her team in the next round. Later during a break, Kalarn asked, "Riley, how do you stay so calm?" "The pressure is huge," Riley thought for a moment. "On Earth, Marines train to stay calm no matter what. Panic makes mistakes. Focus helps you see what others miss." Torak laughed. "I could learn that." Lyra smiled shyly. "You make it. Look easy." Riley shook her head. "It's not easy. It's practice and belief that you can win." The next rounds of the tournament were harder. Other teams used strange weapons and strange tactics, but Riley's team adapted quickly. They worked together, learning from each fight. In one battle, an enemy team tried to trap them in a canyon. Riley led her team to climb steep rocks and escape from above, surprising their attackers. In another, they used the environment, collapsing a tunnel to block enemies. With every fight, Riley's kill ratio stayed high, and her team's respect grew. One day, before a battle, a rival team leader from Zyron approached Riley. "You fight well, Earth Marine," he said with a cold smile, "but you are alone in this fight. One day your luck will run out." Riley met his gaze steadily. "I don't fight alone. My team fights with me." He laughed softly. "We will see." The tension between the two teams grew, setting the stage for a final clash. That night, Riley sat alone, looking at the stars. She remembered the stories of Earth Marines who fought not just with weapons, but with courage. Her mind was ready. The next battles would be harder. But she was determined to show the galaxy what Earth Marines could do. Her phone beeped. A message from her family on Earth. "Proud of you, keep fighting." Riley smiled. She was not just fighting for herself. She was fighting for Earth. The simulation tournament continued, but one thing was clear. The class was no longer silent when The air in the Galactic Defense Academy's training grounds was tense. The combat simulation tournament was nearing its end, and Riley's team had made it to the finals. Their name was whispered in the halls. The Earth Marines team. But with success came challenges. Rival teams were watching carefully, and not everyone wanted Riley's team to win. One afternoon, as Riley and her team prepared for the final round, a squad of alien cadets from Zyron approached them. Their leader, a tall and muscular Zyron named Drek, stepped forward. "Earth Marine," Drek said with a mocking smile. "You have done well. But you don't belong here. Earth is weak, your tactics are old, and your luck will end." Riley looked him in the eye. "Earth Marines are not weak. We fight with heart, skill, and will. You'll see." Drek laughed. "Words are easy. Let us settle this in battle. We challenge your team to a private fight. No rules, no help. Just you and me." The crowd around them grew silent. A direct challenge was unusual and dangerous. Commander Vrax stepped forward. "A private duel is not allowed in the tournament, but I will arrange a special challenge, a team versus team battle in the final simulation. Drex smiled wide. Then we meet on the field. Prepare to lose. Riley's team gathered, their faces serious but determined. We know what we are up against, Riley said. Drek thinks Earth Marines are weak. We will show him how wrong he is. Kalarn clenched his fists. I will not let him win. Torak nodded. We fight as one. Lyra looked at Riley. Let's show them the real strength of Earth Marines. The day of the final simulation arrived. The field was set with rocky hills, narrow canyons, and dense forests. Holographic enemies appeared, but this time the challenge was not just the simulation, it was the other team. The two teams faced each other. The tension was thick. Remember, Riley said quietly, this is not just about the kill ratio. It's about proving who fights smarter, who fights together. The simulation began. Both teams moved quickly, attacking and defending. Drek's team was strong and aggressive. They used heavy weapons and bold tactics. Riley's team stayed calm. She ordered them to use stealth and clever moves. They used the terrain to hide and strike suddenly. At one point, Drek's team trapped Riley's squad in a canyon, but Riley found a narrow path up the rocks. She led her team in a surprise attack from above, catching Drek's team off guard. The fight was intense. The kill ratio climbed for both sides. The crowd watched breathless as the two teams battled fiercely. During the fight, Drek tried to challenge Riley directly. They faced each other in a fast, close duel. Riley used speed and skill, dodging heavy blows and striking precisely. The duel ended when Riley disarmed Drek, forcing him to surrender. The crowd erupted in cheers. After the battle, Commander Vrax spoke to all cadets. Today, we saw what true warriors look like. Riley and her team showed courage, skill, and unity. Earth Marines live up to their legend. Drek nodded slowly. I underestimated Earth Marines. You have my respect. Riley smiled, feeling proud but humble. Thank you. We fight for honor. That night, Riley's team celebrated quietly. They knew the hard work was not over. Kalarn asked, Riley, how do you keep fighting when things get tough? Riley thought and answered, because I believe in my team, and I believe in Earth. We never give up. The Academy buzzed with talk of the battle. Other cadets asked Riley about Earth Marines. She shared stories of their strength and spirit. But Riley knew the future held bigger challenges. The galaxy was watching. She looked up at the stars and whispered, Earth Marines, fight to protect. We are ready. The day of the final combat simulation had arrived. The Galactic Defense Academy's training grounds were alive with energy and anticipation. Cadets from every corner of the galaxy gathered to watch. The battle was not just for a trophy, it was a test of skill, courage, and the strength of unity. Riley stood with her team, Kalarn, Torak, and Lyra, ready to face their final opponents. The tension was high, but her mind was clear. She thought about Earth, her family, and all the Marines who had come before her. Commander Vrax gave the signal, and the simulation began. The terrain was a harsh mix of rocky hills, dense forests, and narrow valleys. Holographic enemies appeared from all sides, moving quickly and attacking with advanced weapons and strange tactics. Riley's team moved like a single unit. Riley led them with calm commands and quick decisions. Kalarn. Watch the left flank. Torak, cover the rear. Lyra, snipers ahead. Take them out. The team responded instantly. Kalarn's speed and agility helped him block enemies from the left. Torak used his strength and armor to protect the team's back. Lyra's sharp eyes and steady hands picked off enemies from a distance. Riley moved through the battle with precision, striking enemies before they could react. Her kill ratio, the number of enemies defeated without losing her team, grew steadily. Suddenly, the enemy team set a trap, trying to force Riley's squad into a narrow canyon. Riley spotted it quickly. Fall back, Use the high ground, on the right. They scrambled up the rocky hill just as the canyon entrance collapsed behind them. The trap had failed. From the hilltop, Riley's team had a clear view of the battlefield. They planned their next move carefully. Use the environment, Riley said. Let's make them fight on our terms. They created barriers with fallen rocks, blocked enemy paths, and used smoke grenades to confuse their opponents. The battle went on for what felt like hours. Both teams fought fiercely. The scoreboard showed Riley's team leading in kill ratio, but the enemies were relentless. At one point, a powerful enemy appeared. A giant alien warrior with heavy armor and advanced weapons. The team called him Gorek. Gorek charged toward Riley's team, breaking through their defenses. Riley didn't hesitate. Focus fire! Bring him down together! Torak charged forward, distracting Gorek with heavy blows. Kalarn attacked. From the side, striking quickly. Lyra aimed carefully at weak points. Riley used a clever tactic she learned from Earth Marines. She used the environment to her advantage. She lured Gorek toward a cliff edge where his heavy armor made it hard for him to move quickly. With a final coordinated strike, the team pushed Gorek over the cliff. The crowd erupted in cheers. The enemy team was stunned, but did not give up. They regrouped and attacked fiercely. Riley's team fought back with everything they had. They moved fast, worked as one, and never lost hope. In the final moments of the battle, Riley faced the enemy's leader, the same Zyran commander Drek from the earlier challenge. They circled each other, weapons ready. Drek attacked with power and speed, but Riley was faster. She dodged his blows, countered with precise strikes, and used every skill she had. The duel was intense. Each move was met with a counter. The crowd watched in silence. Finally, Riley found an opening. She disarmed Drek and held her weapon to his chest. Drek looked at her and nodded. You win, Earth Marine. You have my respect. The simulation ended. Riley's team had the highest kill ratio and the victory. Commander Vrax stepped forward. Today we witnessed true skill and courage. Riley and her team have proven that Earth Marines are among the best warriors in the galaxy. The crowd cheered loudly. Riley felt proud, but knew the journey was just beginning. Later, as the academy quieted down, Riley sat alone, thinking about the battle. Kalarn joined her. You were amazing today. How did you do it? Riley smiled softly. It's not just me. It's the team, and it's believing in what you fight for. Torak nodded. Earth Marines fight with heart, Lyra added, and they never give up. Riley looked up at the stars shining through the academy windows. We fight to protect our home, and that makes us strong. The next day, news of Riley's victory spread across the academy and beyond. Other cadets sought to learn from Earth Marines. The legend was growing, but Riley knew that the galaxy was full of challenges, and Earth Marines would need to be ready. She stood tall, ready to lead the next generation. Because the class was no longer silent when they spoke of Earth Marines, they listened, respected, and remembered. The victory celebrations at the Galactic Defense Academy were full of cheers and music. Riley and her team were honored for their success in the tournament. The whole academy, from the smallest cadet to the highest officer, now knew the name of the Earth Marine. Riley stood on the stage looking out at the crowd. The applause was loud, but she felt calm inside. This moment was not just about winning. It was about respect. Respect for Earth and its Marines. After the ceremony, many cadets came forward to congratulate her. Some asked questions, eager to learn about Earth's training and tactics. Riley answered patiently, sharing stories of her home planet. Commander Vrax approached her with a smile. You have done well, Riley. You proved that Earth Marines are strong and worthy. The galaxy will remember this day. Riley nodded. Thank you, Commander, but we have much to do. The galaxy is big and full of dangers, Vrax agreed. And with leaders like you, Earth will be ready. Days passed, and life at the Academy returned to normal. But something had changed. Earth was no longer seen as weak or unimportant. Cadets from different worlds respected Earth Marines and sought to train alongside them. Riley's team became mentors to younger cadets, teaching them the skills that made Earth Marines special: teamwork, quick thinking, and courage. One evening, Riley stood outside the academy looking up at the stars. The sky was clear, and the stars shone like diamonds. Her communicator beeped. It was a message from Earth's Defense Command. Your performance has been noticed. A new mission awaits. The galaxy needs Earth Marines now more than ever. Riley smiled. The real work was just beginning. She turned to her team. We have a new mission. The galaxy needs us. Kalarn grinned. Ready when you are. Torak flexed his muscles. Let's show them what Earth Marines can do. Lyra nodded. Together. Riley took a deep breath. Together. The future was wide open. The Academy was just the start. Earth Marines would face new threats, explore new worlds, and protect what mattered. Riley knew the path ahead would be hard, but she believed in her team, in Earth, and in the strength that came from fighting for something bigger than themselves. The class was no longer silent when they spoke of Earth Marines. Now, they listened with respect, knowing that one Earth Marine could change the course of a battle, and maybe even the galaxy. And so Riley's story continued, a story of courage, hope, and the promise of a brighter future. The stars awaited, and Earth Marines were ready to answer their call.